Hi there and welcome to Style American. We are here with Andrea Pallaoro. Hi Andrea, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
We are here at the Biography Film Festival and your film has been screened at this festival as well. So tell me about Hannah and how did the idea started for this movie?
The film explores the boundaries, the relationship between the identity of an individual and the identity of a couple, and what happens when these boundaries cripple or become or fade. And there is one question in particular that drove my own exploration for myself, but also for my collaborators. And this question is, what happens when after 40, 50 years that you share a life with someone, that you share a sense of identity? What happens when you discover something of the other person that is so extreme and so problematic that your understanding of the world, your understanding of your partner, and your understanding of yourself changes so dramatically? Mm-hmm. And that is a question that both fascinates me and scares me. And it was at the center of our exploration for the character of Hannah, mm-hmm. for Charlotte, for the Charlotte Rampling, for myself, and for all my collaborators.
Mm-hmm. So, how did you and Charlotte prepare, for the actual shooting? There was a big work of pre-production behind it.
Absolutely, yes. Well, I should say that the screenplay was written for Charlotte Rampling since the very beginning, and in fact, I believe that. If she hadn't accepted the role, this film would have never been made because I would have done another film instead. So it was contingent. It was really relying on her collaboration. And I have to say that we both had the fortune and the misfortune to have about 2.5 years from the moment we met and decided that we were going to make this film together. We were going to bring Hannah to life, to the moment that we started production. And so in these 2.5 years, we really were able to get to know each other, to build a sense of trust,
right.
And to open up very intimately in some cases, about how we both connected to the character. And so I think that was the most important work and the most important kind of development in terms of character and in terms of building, the trust that is so necessary and so crucial mm-hmm. to delve into a character so deeply like we did with this film.
Yeah. And say from a technical point of view, which were the best moments on set, or the moments that were maybe a bit more challenging for you?
I think that there is something that happens on set where you are surprised, you get surprised, like the ideas that you have morphed, and you discover something new about the character, something new about yourself related to the characters.
Right.
And that those moments are the most priceless, the most extraordinary, the moments that make this journey so very meaningful and important. So those moments were definitely the ones that I hold most dear to my heart. And also the moments in which, Charlotte and I felt like we were in sync, that we were pursuing a very, very similar goal together, The difficulties had to do with, the production itself, and all the logistical problems that, a film always brings with itself. It's like it's always a fight and a challenge, mm-hmm. To get to the end of the day. So we didn't have that many days of production, and so if I had a regret or to identify the biggest challenge, I would say that it was the rush against time.
Right,
you know,
yes.
the constant rush of the style.
Yeah, of course. And say, would you describe yourself as a storyteller? Because I feel that somehow you're looking for characters that could give a message of change, of catharsis to the public. So, do you feel that cinema for you is actually a tool for storytelling to express yourself?
Yes, absolutely. And you mentioned a very, very important word to me, that is catharsis. And I feel that my efforts are, to give the opportunity to the spectator to see themselves reflected in the character in the most independent and individual way possible, so that they can experience this catharsis. Because it's when the spectator is free to go through his own journey or her own experience, that without being told what to think and what to feel, that there is a real opportunity for self-inspection, self-discovery, and that is the most powerful thing about cinema, the powerful thing about art in general.
So that's why you love making cinema.
Absolutely, yes.
There you go.
It has become a way of life in a
Yeah.
way. It's like it's something that now I feel like is inescapable. It's a road that I cannot turn back to.
Yes,
from.
yes, I see. And listen, you live mainly in the United States, but you come from Italy. How is for you actually, to live, say, between two countries and explore both cultures?
Well, I think personally, I find it very satisfying to identify as a foreigner, to feel a foreigner in another country. It's a sense of identity that I connect to very much, and so that's what I find and I have in my life in both Los Angeles and New York.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I am very proud of my heritage. I'm very proud of my Italianness. And so to come back to Italy is always not just a pleasure, but also an inspiration for me. So.
Of course, yeah. So, and you are here because you are at the Biography Festival in the jury. And I would like to ask you, how was this experience for you? Like, being in the jury of the festival and, sharing with the other people there. Like, how was this for you?
Well, there is something that happens in a film jury that is very, very stimulating for me. This is my third film jury, and it's not just the watching of the films and in delving into all the filmmakers' visions, but it's also the relationship with the other jurors and the conversations, the confrontation that happens. And in this particular jury, I have to say, it has been a very satisfying and pleasurable experience to have those conversations, but also one that left me feeling very enriched and inspired. And I think also we forged some relationships that haven't ended here. That will continue in the future, and that is always exciting.
Absolutely.
So it's a really great festival. The selections of the films was very. The word I'm looking for is it was stimulating. It was food for thought.
Right.
And for this, we have to give props to Andrea Romeo and his team, because he has accomplished so much.
When in Venice at the film festival over there, Charlotte was awarded the Coppa Volpi. How was that moment for you? How did you feel? It was a big accomplishment, for your actress, but for you as well.
Well, that is the recognition that. I cannot imagine a better recognition than that. Even a Best Film Award. I don't think would have felt as good, or as it would have not filled us with as much joy, because you see, like Charlotte, when she agreed to embark on this journey, you know, she took a lot of risks. You know, like I am a second-time director, like, and I'm very aware of these risks. Like the fact the character herself is very challenging.
Sure.
And both in the relationship with the audience, but also in the self-exploration that we had to embark on with Charlotte. And so that award was the coronation of our trust,
yes.
you know,
yeah.
for each other and for the journey that we embarked on. So it was priceless. It was something that I can't really describe. It was a moment I will never forget.
And so what's next for you now?
I am in the development phase of another film, actually a film that is part of a trilogy that started with Hannah. And it's a film that is also based on a female character. And we are hoping to start production in the fall of 2018, so soon.
That's great. So, Andrea, thank you so much for being with us today. It was absolutely a pleasure.
The pleasure was mine. Thank you very much. Thank you.